everybody, welcome back, and welcome back to our Marching In with Casseroles, our collaboration we're doing for March with 11 other channels besides Mama Vera and myself. Today I'm going to be doing a bacon and chicken King Ranch casserole, and I've already taken 6 strips of bacon, maybe 7, there's only 6 left now, but 6 strips of bacon, and I cut those in small strips, lardons, and just cook them off real crisp. And I'm just going to lay them on top of this chicken. And I'll tell you about that chicken in just a second. Let me get all this out of here. And I'm not going to waste this bacon fat. I always save that. Some of you may think that's crazy and you shouldn't do that. But I've been saving my bacon fat forever. Turn it this way and pour it in this cup. I have a cup that I keep in the refrigerator of my bacon fat. I'm going to pour all but about maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons. I'm going to leave in there. I got my, actually this is my dog patch cup. It's from London, Kentucky. It's even got my name on it. Dog patch is like a little souvenir place on the side of the road that has, well, basically hillbilly stuff. That's why you got the front of this has got a hillbilly on it. Hillbilly stuff, cowboys and Indian stuff. Great place for kids to get toys and souvenirs. Also has, I believe, boots. I'm going to take a break here a second. Talking, let me get this in there. They have boots and different t-shirts, just souvenir things that you can get. But to this bacon grease, I'm putting in, the recipe calls for 1 onion and 1 green pepper. And I had some frozen peppers and onions left that I wanted to try to use up, because in the winter it's hard to get good fresh peppers and onions. So I'm just frying those down a little bit just to soften in this bacon fat. And while that's mixing, I'll tell you the chicken, usually I use 2 chicken breasts, and I'll saute them off or boil them off, cut them up, shred them, dice them, something like that. Today I cheated. On the way home I stopped at Publix and got a rotisserie chicken. I took all the meat off of it, and that's what we're going to use today. It's real simple. If you don't want to take the time to cook the chicken when you get home, it's easier to just throw this together. I've cheated on the peppers and onions. I'm cheating on the chicken. Makes it a lot easier for you. So we're also going to put a cup of chicken stock in here, and I'm going today to use a cup of water and a big heaping teaspoon or tablespoonful of the better than bouillon that I like to use. It's just a wet base. And it does have, some of these do have salt in it. This one is the reduced sodium. So if you're going to use this, make sure you taste it before you put more salt into your dish. I'm just going to mix that so it's nice and combined. And I've got this over a high heat right now. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of flour. Basically, we're just going to make a gravy, a roux right now to make into a gravy for this casserole. I'm going to put this over here out of the way. I don't want to mess up my bacon grease. Some people store it on the counter, which is fine. Some people, my grandma used to have a little tin cup on the stove, and that's where she kept her bacon fat. I keep mine in the refrigerator. But to each their own, however you want to store it. Okay, so I'm just cooking out this flour a little bit. And I just put the flour in because, like I said, I'm going to make gravy, and that's what's going to thicken this up. You just want this to start browning off a little bit on the bottom of the pan. Get it mixed around here. And then we're going to add in our chicken stock. And I'm going to leave this over a high heat just to bring this to a boil. So I want this to thicken up. This is what's going to go on our casserole, is basically our sauce. Now as that's thickening up, I'm going to also add in a tablespoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. I do want to salt and pepper this. Go ahead and put the, well, let me taste it first for salt. It does not need salt. So let's put about half a teaspoon of pepper in there. And this is already starting to thicken. The starches in the flour are grabbing onto each other and thickening this salsa. Alright, that looks nice and thick. I need to clear some room here. So I take that off the heat. If we don't take it off the heat, it's going to continue to cook and it's going to continue to get into a big, thick, pasty mess. So now I'm going to add in 1 can of diced tomatoes, and I drain the tomatoes, none of the juices in there. 1 can of the mild chilies. This is a 4-ounce can. I'm just using mild. You can use the hot if you want. I'm going to stir this around, combine all that. And now I'm going to put in about 1/2 cup of sour cream. Maybe a little more. Mix that all together. Make it into a creamy looking sauce. And now I'm going to add in the stars of the show, the chicken and the bacon. Just check the chicken. I didn't shred some of it when I pulled the breast off as much as I should have. You don't want this in too big of pieces. On bite size. Wash my hands off a little bit. And then just combine all this. Alright. I'm going to set this. The stove's pretty cooled off. Set that back over there. Because now I want to get the casserole dish. And we're going to layer the bottom of this pan with tortilla strips. Some people use flour tortillas for this. I like these. I like this brand. They're a little thicker and usually really salty, which I like. We're just going to put a layer down at the bottom. And that's good. And then we're going to put about half of our chicken mixture. Let me get a big scoop. And just put that on evenly, spread it out. Now you can also do this with ground beef, ground turkey, whatever protein you want. Even I've done it before with shredded pork from one that I smoked. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to put just a little bit of cheese. I got about a cup and a half, 2 cups of shredded cheddar and Monterey Jack here. I'm just going to sprinkle some of that across the top. And I did spray this pan first, so nothing is going to stick too bad. Now another layer of chips. And try to push it down a little bit, spread that out at the bottom. And the remaining chicken, bacon, goodness sauce. Get all of that out there. I'm just going to spread that out a little bit, flatten it out some. There we go. Put on another layer of cheese, because why not? And one last layer of chips. Alright, and then we'll finish it off with the remaining cheese. Oops, getting noisy. Like I said, I've got the oven preheated at 375. I'm going to put this in uncovered. And let me rinse off my hands. Okay, so now I'm going to put it in the oven at 375 for about 15-20 minutes, just till the cheese is melted. Everything's cooked. Everything's totally cooked. We just want the cheese melted and the tortillas softened up a little bit from the sauce. So I'll be back in about 15-20 minutes. Okay, y'all, we're back. I thought I'd tell you, because I know some of you are going to ask about my bacon grease. When you put it in the refrigerator, I let it cool all the way down. If you put it in while it's hot, I found it gets condensation on top. And when you take it out, it's got little holes in it and wet spots. So let it cool all the way down first. And also, I don't know if I told you more about dog patch. The reason I like this is every summer, a family, mom, dad, and sister, we'd all go down to Kentucky, to London, Kentucky, and see Mama Potter, which was Mama that Mom always talks about. It's her grandmother, my great-grandmother. And when she passed away, before I left to come back to Florida, I went over to Dog Patch when I got to the highway, because it sits right on the highway. And decided I want to get something to, save and remember Mama by. And since she always saved her bacon fat, I decided that's what I was going to use this for. So that's the reason I have a Dog Patch from London, Kentucky with bacon fat in it. So now you know. And we're down to 1 second, it looks like. Just now finishing. It's been 15 minutes. Let me get this out. That's hot. Cheese is all melted. It's starting to brown. Some of the chips are browning up. Now, some people like to, let me turn all this off, like to have more sauce on it so the chips are all submerged and kind of soggy. I like a little crunch to it. So the ones inside are soaking up the sauce. These on top are crispy, gives you a little bit different texture. And it is piping hot. Let me get a spoon. Actually, while this cools down a little bit, you're going to want to let it sit for at least 10-15 minutes before you serve it, because it will burn your face. It is bubbling over here. But just to remind you, this is our March collaboration, Marching with Casseroles. We have 11 other channels. All the way around to Australia, we have Daz from Australia doing one, I think on 23rd or 26th, somewhere around there. I get those dates all confused because I got birthdays on the 23rd is my mom, the 27th is my grandma, and 29th is my Aunt Carol, I believe. I think I got those right. At least I know Mom's is 23rd. But I will have all of their channels listed down below in the description. They're also on gregs-kitchen.com right here. Go there, the front page, you'll see the logo, and I'll put it up here so you know what you're looking for. It's just Marching In with Casseroles 2022. Click on that. It'll give you every day that we're going to have a video out. It's going to give you all the channels. You click on it to go to their YouTube channel. Everything's in one convenient place. Plus, I'll have it below in the description. And don't forget to go to their channels, watch their videos, like and subscribe. You have to put a comment if you want to be entered in the drawing at the end of the month. Let me show you what we're giving away. One of you are going to win this crock pot slow cooker casserole. It's wonderful. I've used mine a couple of times. I've got another one. It's a little different style, but same thing. Mom used hers, I think, in 2 videos so far. Put this over here. But to be eligible for that, you have to comment down below under each one of the videos. And at the end of the month, I'm going to do a random drawing like I did last year. Just pick out a date. Whoever's video is on that date, I'm going to use the random comment picker on the internet, and it's going to pull one of the comments, and that person's going to win that crockpot slow cooker casserole dish. So what's nice about that I like is you can actually take that crock out, put it in the oven to brown it up. You can just cook with just that. You don't even have to use the slow cooker part. So it's really versatile. Okay, so as you guys know, I'm going to make this pretty. Put some green on top. And then I'm going to find a spot that's not bubbling away. Over here might work. I want some chicken, I want some chip, I want some everything. Oh, I haven't got bacon. That's good. This is very good. Like I said, you can use flour tortillas. You can use a little bit more sauce if you want. Maybe another half a cup of water or chicken stock if you want it completely submerged. I like a little crispness to them. Kind of makes it like a nachos. But the flavor is delicious. You want to give this a try. Like I said, you can change it up with any kind of protein you want. You can use ground beef, ground chicken, ground turkey. Give it a try. Tell me what you think. And don't forget to comment down here. Check out all your channels. And we'll see you again real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.